Imagine buying a home without paying a single cent up front. No deposit, no transfer costs, nothing. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, in South Africa, there's something called a 105% home loan, and it can make that dream real. But here's the catch. What seems like a shortcut to homeownership could actually cost you a lot more in the long run. Today, we're breaking it all down. What it is, who qualifies, the pros, the cons, and whether it's actually worth it. Let's keep it simple. A 105% home loan is when a bank lends you more than the value of the property you're buying. So instead of just covering the purchase price, it also covers your buying costs. Things like transfer duties, attorney fees, bond registration costs. Example, let's say you're buying a home for 1 million rand. Normally, you'd need around 70,000 rand to 100,000 rand extra for costs. But with a 105% loan, the bank gives you 1,050,000 rand. That extra 5% covers everything. No savings needed up front. Now here's the reality. Not everyone qualifies for this kind of loan. Banks are taking on more risk, so they're very selective. Typically, often, you're a first-time buyer, a strong credit score, a stable job and consistent income, a low debt-to-income ratio. Some banks even prefer young professionals, graduates with strong earning potential, people buying in lower risk areas. Example, if you earn 25,000 rand per month, have minimal debt, and a clean credit record, you're far more likely to qualify than someone earning the same but drowning in debts. Let's talk about the advantages of this option. 1. No deposit needed. This is the biggest win. You don't have to spend years saving. You can enter the property market immediately. 2. It covers all upfront costs. Legal fees, covered. Transfer costs, covered. That removes one of the biggest barriers to buying property in South Africa. 3. You get in before prices rise. Property prices tend to increase over time. So instead of waiting and paying more later, you get in now. Example, if a property increases by just 5% in a year, that 1 million rand home becomes 1,050,000 rand. You've already gained what the bank funded. 4. Great for first-time buyers. If you've never owned property before, this can be your fast track into the market. Now, let's talk about the disadvantages of this option, because the downsides, they matter. 1. Higher interest rates. Banks may charge you more because they're taking a bigger risk. Even a small increase in interest can cost you hundreds of thousands of rand over time. Example, a 1% higher rate on a 1 million rand loan over 20 years could cost you over 200,000 rand extra. 2. No access bond at first. With a 105% loan, you cannot open an access bond and you cannot access extra funds. You first need to pay off that extra 5%. Until then, no access bond and no access to that equity. 3. No refinancing early on. Unless you switch banks or pay off that extra 5%, you typically can't refinance until the portion covering your buying costs is settled. That means you're kind of locked in at the start. 4. Higher monthly repayments. You're borrowing more money, so naturally, you're paying more every month. This can stretch your budget. 5. Risk of negative equity. If property prices drop, you could owe more than your home is worth. That's a dangerous position if you ever need to sell. 6. You pay more interest in the long run. Your interest is calculated on the amount including 105%, even when you paid off that extra 5%. So, is a 105% home loan a good idea? Yes, if you have stable income, you plan to stay in the property long term, you understand the costs. No, if your budget is already tight, you're unsure about your financial future, you want flexibility early on, you want to refinance soon, you want to have access bond. A 105% home loan isn't good or bad. It's a tool. Used wisely, it can get you into property faster than you ever imagined. Used poorly, it can trap you in debt. So before you sign anything, make sure you fully understand what you're getting into. If this helped you, drop a like and subscribe for more real, no-nonsense property advice in South Africa. See you in the next video.